I promise you, if you add some of these workouts that you're going to see in this video, you're most likely going to jump higher. What up, YouTube? We back with another workout. So right now, I am jumping at about 37 inches still, which is what I was before. I still haven't really gotten a proper deload from my training to really see the real results, but in my next deload, I'm probably going to be able to dunk on 10 feet. I hope so. That would be the goal. But how did I get here? Basically, I started out, kind of just jumping. That was the most specific thing, the most, you know, best thing you could really do to actually jump higher, and that's jumping. And I was blessed by one of my boys. He got me a basketball hoop that I could adjust and put it lower, so then it was a lot more fun to actually start jumping a lot more. So that's, if you want to jump higher, and you're just a beginner, forget all these workouts. Just jump, honestly. Just jump. Depending on how old you are and depending on your history, you should jump less or more. Like if you're older and you've had past injuries, you shouldn't probably jump as much. Still jump for sure. But if you're like a kid, like if you're like a teenager watching this, like 13, you should jump as much as you can. If you don't have any, especially if you don't have any kind of injury history or anything like that. But these workouts are, yeah, like I said, it's not exactly what got me here. I did work out. I did, do basic compound movements when I first started training, but I didn't really, I kind of just did legs a lot more, like probably like twice a week. I kind of stopped focusing on upper body, but that is more or less kind of what got me to that 37 inch. Also genetics, some people, don't be discouraged if you see people make more progress than you, like me, because I'm not even gonna lie to you, I have pretty good genetics. Besides my height, I'm about 5'7", so that's where my genetics aren't the best factor. But besides that, I have pretty good genetics because I don't really have too much injury or anything like that. But forget about that. That's pretty much how I got here. But I also got here from learning a lot about jump training. I have pretty much gotten a lot of information for the past like maybe few years, just kind of literally scrolling on social media, finding the right people to watch, because you can't just go on shorts, TikTok, Instagram, and just look at the workouts they do. Oh, do these workouts so you can jump higher. It's not gonna, it's not gonna be your best option there. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. That's why I don't really like watching shorts, TikTok, Instagram, because the information on there, it can be really so like sugar coated, and like it's like, even if it's the right workouts, even if they're good workouts, it's like you don't know the full story, so it's like you can't even explain why you're doing them. Like the workouts I'm doing here, I'm doing clean pulls here. These clean pulls are basically a part of practicing getting a stronger power clean, which having a good power clean most likely means you're going to be able to jump pretty high, especially if you practice your jump technique. Because thing is, if you do these workouts and you don't even jump, like, you're probably not going to jump that much higher, because again, jumping is the most specific thing that you could do to actually jump higher. So if you're doing all these workouts and you're not jumping, then you're not going to make as much progress as you would expect to see if you just jumped. So, you gotta do your workouts. But yeah, here I have about 185 on the bar right here doing these clean pulls. I wasn't too focused on intent. I was more focused on my technique. As you can see, I didn't really put too much intent in that one. But my technique was good though, so next time I do these, I'm about to bust them out. I'm about to really tire myself out, because oh man, the last workout on Friday, my power went like straight down. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much how I got to that 37. I would say that's just all natural, really. Again, you may not be as lucky to really have that kind of progress, but that's why I'm trying to really take advantage of that, really train for it, really get better overall with my athleticism, be able to produce a shit ton of force in a few seconds, or like less than a millisecond, to be able to jump as high as I can. So that's basically, that's how I really got to that vertical. And yeah, again, also learning about a lot about training, because doing this training and having the right knowledge is also going to help a lot, because knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it, it's going to give you more clarity, and it's also going to make sure that you're doing the workouts correctly and you're not just kind of mindlessly going through it, which, you know, at first you're probably going to inevitably mindlessly do things, mindlessly think things that aren't actually true, but that's just the process of things. That's how it's going to go. So with all that being said, I'm just going to kind of go through this, explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Again, these clean pulls, I'm doing 2-second pauses here. This is a volume cycle that I'm doing, so I'm putting up a lot of volume. That's why you see the pauses, just so I can be more prepared for more intense training in the future. So the clean pulls, you can see I'm pushing my knees back. I'm pausing right below the knee, but whenever I do these, you see I'm pushing the knees back first, not treating it like a deadlift. But yeah, pushing the knees back, keeping the torso angle the same the whole way through. And this is going to really practice that first pull of your, technically the first and like a part of the second pull, because you're just doing like the shrugging part. You're keeping the arms straight on these clean pulls. So that is what I'm practicing here. That first pull of the power clean, because the power clean is a very complex movement. You know, you got to really kind of study the movement, study your technique on it, study how, like, you know, just how you're supposed to do it. And it's not like a full clean. A full clean is where you go all the way to the bottom in a deep squat. Here I'm doing a power clean. I will be practicing the power clean, because a power clean is a lot more specific to jumping, because of the position that you're catching it in. You're catching it in more of like a half kind of quarter squat position. You're catching in that position because it's more specific to your jumping. Because when you're jumping, you're not in like a deep squat position. You're obviously in more of like a half squat position. That's really where you produce all that power from. So that's why, you know, a power clean is a very important movement. Also the triple extension aspect of it, because when you're jumping, you're going into triple extension. So those were the clean pulls. Now we're moving on to our back squats. I'm doing high volume here, so these weren't the toughest because I was doing sets of 10, but these weren't really too hard, you know, just getting the volume in, especially since I'm only doing 135 here. I didn't record all of my sets, just a disclaimer. I do show all the workouts that I did here. I didn't show the warm-up because that's kind of the boring part. Unless if you guys want to see the warm-up, comment below. Let me know if you want to see what like a full workout, if you guys really want to see that, and look through that, see what I do. Comment below, let me know, and like the video to let me know that you like these kind of videos. But yeah, also the squat, very important movement to your vertical jump, because the stronger your squat, you know, it pretty directly correlates how high your vertical will be, because your squat, and you see I'm not even going all the way down, but we'll explain that in a second. The squat, the muscle recruitment in the squat is very similar, not exactly the same obviously because they're two different things, but very similar to your vertical jump. Again, you're doing in that triple extension, obviously besides the calves, because you're not really going into a calf raise at the top of the squat, but your calves are still like a little recruited a little bit, even though you're not fully extending them. But yeah, and I'm not going fully 100% deep, not because I'm supposed to be doing half squats, because I cannot exactly go that deep, but like during these sets I kind of gain my mobility and start going deeper and deeper. Like these are pretty good squats here, and you'll notice in a second I hit the side things, the safety bars. I hit those because I end up going actually too deep on these squats. But yeah, go as deep as you can, based on your anatomy. I could probably go pretty deep if I worked on my mobility, but yeah, right there, boom. I went too deep on that one. But go as deep as you can while keeping a flat back, so you don't injure yourself, because the flexion and the bottom of a squat, if you're doing that a lot and you end up progressing like that, getting heavier and heavier with the weight, you know, all that weight on your back while it's in a flex position like that, it's it's not gonna be good for your back in the future, and then you'll be having to start to do some McGill big threes a lot, and then not going as deep. And then here I'm doing RDLs, more of an accessory movement. Those first two, the back squats and clean pulls, those are the main movements that I'm working on, but and then these are just accessory. Really get that volume and really get that work in. So I'm not using too much weight because my RDLs are kind of, I don't know, there's something off about them. I'm just not. What I did actually was I tucked my chin, which actually helped me a lot because I think it's because of my upper back, which is not the straightest. Well, it's not supposed to be straight; it's supposed to be rounded. But I feel like I have like kind of like a kyphotic, not too excessive because it used to be more excessive when I would sit down and play a lot more video games or whatever. But I'm tucking my chin here, so I think that actually helped me a lot with my lower back. Because I know how to hinge properly. It's just that I would still kind of feel it. So I feel like tucking my chin definitely helped me a lot with not feeling my lower back, and especially because I did deadlifts the other day. Those felt great. So yeah, that was my second set. I didn't record the last set. I did about 135. But this is the last workout I'm doing. Calf raises. You know, in triple extension, you're extending the ankle. So it's always good to be strong in calf raises here. I wasn't doing too much weight because this is a kind of a like weird like close-up position because I couldn't really put it far away. I didn't want people to like run into the camera or something. But yeah, I was only doing about 150 pounds. I got up to like 200 something. So I haven't done calf raises in a while. Haven't done them in the gym in a while. But yeah, and I'm gonna be in the gym a lot more, so that's a good thing, very good thing. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.